meet Ryan. He was just your average guy with sky-high dreams. At 27, he had already launched 3 startups in 4 years, and crashed and burned all 3 times. We usually think failure happens because you ran out of money or had a bad idea, but that wasn't Ryan's issue. His problem was a mental block, an invisible wall keeping him stuck in the same loop. Then there's his friend Mike. Mike is the total opposite. Plays it safe, scared of risks. Ryan's 4th project was an e-commerce platform. He was grinding day and night, coding, making marketing plans. Up at 7 a.m., bed at 3 a.m. From the outside, he looked like the hardest worker in the room. This is what we call hustle culture, right? But that was the trap. Ryan thought being busy meant he was succeeding. One afternoon, an investor named Mr. Jacobs dropped by their garage office. The guy didn't talk much, but when he did, it hit home. Ryan pitched him with energy, graphs, charts, future projections. Mr. Jacobs listened quietly, put his glasses on the table, and asked just one question. Ryan, do you want to be a winner, or do you just want to be right? Ryan froze. I want to win, obviously. Mr. Jacobs smiled. No, you're trying to prove your idea is the best. You're ignoring what customers actually want because you're obsessed with making your product perfect. You're failing because you think motion is progress. You're running fast, sure, but you're on a treadmill. You aren't actually going anywhere. That day, Mr. Jacobs walked out without investing. That night, Ryan's company shut down because they ran out of cash. Mike, frustrated and angry, bailed on him. Ryan was totally alone. This was the lowest point in his life. The valley of despair. He locked himself in his room for a week. He hadn't slacked off. So what went wrong? Then Mr. Jacobs' words echoed in his head. Do you just want to be right? Ryan grabbed his journal and analyzed his last 4 years. He realized every time he hit a wall, he just tried to work harder to break it down. He never changed his strategy. He was banging his head against a wall, while the door right next to him was wide open. That started Ryan's Unstuck journey. He took his last savings and ran a small experiment. No big app, no fancy office. He decided to solve a boring problem. He noticed local restaurants were struggling with suppliers, bad produce, late deliveries. Ryan didn't write a single line of code. He just started a group chat. He told restaurant owners, "Text me what you need. I'll drop it off in the morning." Here's the counterintuitive part. We think you have to start big to get big. Ryan did the opposite. He ditched the tech and went manual. He went to the market himself, bought the veggies, and drove them over in his van. One morning at the market, he bumped into his old friend Mike. Mike was doing great in his corporate job. He saw Ryan hauling baskets of produce and gave him a pitying look. "Ryan, seriously? You have an engineering degree and you're doing this? Give it up, manual." The old Ryan would have argued, let his ego take over. But the new Ryan just smiled. He knew a secret Mike didn't. He wasn't floating on hype anymore. He was grounded. He told Mike, "Buddy, I'm done pretending to be a CEO. Now, I just solve problems." 3 months later, Ryan had 50 restaurants on his list. He couldn't handle it solo anymore. So, he finally built an app, but not with features he wanted. He built exactly what the restaurant owners asked for. Mr. Jacobs heard the noise and visited Ryan's new office, which was basically a warehouse. No fancy decor, just work getting done. Mr. Jacobs said, "Ryan, looks like you finally got off the treadmill and started running on the road." Ryan replied, "Sir, I realized something. Being stuck isn't the end. It's a signal that my old way isn't working. I had to do something different, not just something more." But the story isn't over yet. Suddenly, a massive, VC-backed company entered the city offering the exact same service. Infinite budget, crazy marketing. They started slashing prices to kill the competition. Ryan's tiny team panicked. They thought it was over. Ryan had 2 choices. Try to match their prices, impossible, or fold. Ryan used his unstuck mindset. He told his team, "We aren't fighting them at their game. We are playing ours." The big company was high-tech, but had zero human touch. Ryan weaponized his customer service. He built personal relationships. While the giant sent automated emails, Ryan called them up personally. "Hey Joe, were the potatoes fresh today?" That small shift worked like magic. Within months, the big guys realized money couldn't buy loyalty. The customers trusted Ryan, not an app. The giant company was forced to partner with Ryan. So, what did we learn from Ryan? His success wasn't a lottery ticket. He won the moment he stopped labeling himself a failure and started seeing himself as a student. He killed his ego. He realized you don't always have to smash through the wall. Sometimes you just climb over it or walk around. At the peak of his success, an interviewer asked, "What's your secret?" Ryan said, "I know how to stop. When I'm not moving forward, I don't run faster. I stop, check the tires, check the map, and then go." Most people think speed is success. But walking on the right path gets you there faster than sprinting in the wrong direction. Ryan's story teaches us one thing. If you feel stuck, it doesn't mean you aren't capable. It just means your old key doesn't fit the new lock. Change the key. Stepping back isn't losing. It's preparing to jump higher. If this story resonated with you, or you feel like you're in that same spot Ryan was, maybe you needed to hear this. Now, here's a little psychological trick. We usually keep the best secrets to ourselves. But I'm gonna say, don't share this video unless you think it could actually change someone's life. And if you want to join a community that's constantly trying to level up, that subscribe button is waiting for you. In the next video, we're talking about how to know if your idea is gold or garbage. You don't want to miss that, so hit the bell. See you on the winning side real soon.